Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jared Opens a Box here on Jared Takes the L. I have another great episode for you guys here today. Kind of a surprising one, honestly. Not one that I really thought we were going to be doing because I kind of thought Funko was done making pops from this specific series. But we do have some more pops from Marvel Studios' What If, which of course is the Disney Plus show where they go through different scenarios within the MCU. Unfortunately, that show has already ended, surprisingly enough. Only had 3 seasons. Last two were kind of underwhelming, in my opinion, especially at the very end of season 3 when they showed all of the other possibilities that didn't end up happening. I thought that was kind of, kind of a tease there, but for something that probably will never happen, let's be honest. But these pops kind of took me by surprise because, rather than doing some of the other characters and stuff from season 3 that we had not gotten, they ended up specifically making pops from one of these specific episodes. Specifically, the one where the Avengers have to get into these mech suits and take on, I believe it was the Hulk that they have to face. So they ended up making pops of those. But even then, they ended up making 2 pops of characters that really didn't have much of an appearance in that episode, and the last one is in the episode. But it's just a very interesting situation overall. But let's take a look at our first one for today, which is the Iron Man mech. So this is Pop Marvel number 1568. There is the box. It's the same box as all of the other What If pops. Which we've done quite a few here on the channel. It has been a while, but we have reviewed them before. Let's go ahead and open this one up. All right. Now, I will say, I really like these, even if they didn't have much of an appearance in the show. I did collect the Marvel Mech Strike pops a couple of years ago. That's probably the closest thing I could think of to these. I got the original wave and then the Monster Hunters wave. You guys can find those on the Jared Opens a Box episodes in previous years. These kind of remind me of the same thing. They're these big mech suits that the Avengers piloted. Overall, this one's pretty cool. It's not too different from traditional Iron Man armor, in all honesty. The helmet and everything does look pretty similar, just kind of different texture. They do have the little repulsor blasts like he is flying, so that's really cool. Of course, the base is there as well to help with that. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say that these are different from, all of his other suits. It does have like a nice little cell shaded look to it as well, that little like the light pink on the armor there. That is pretty cool. I do like that. And even the eyes too have like, they almost look like they have like that window texture, so that's kind of cool. I do like that as well. But other than that, I mean, it's not too different per se from one of his other suits of armor, but it is still really cool. I do like this one. And Iron Man wasn't even in any of those Mech Strike waves. So this is actually the first time, which is really surprising considering the fact he, his whole thing is the suits of armor. So at least we have this. Also this little like mohawk thing. I don't know what this is doing up here. It just looks kind of funny. But there is the Iron Man mech. Moving on to our next one, we have the Captain America mech. This one had a little bit more screen time than Iron Man, but not as much, especially because this one is the Steve Rogers version of the character, whereas the mech that actually appears more in the episode is the Sam Wilson version. So, again, it's kind of funny they didn't do that one despite it having more screen time. And some of the other characters too, like the Moon Knight mech, that one would have been really cool to see, but, it didn't happen, so not much I can really say about it. But again, the box is going to be the same for this one. Let's go ahead and open this one up. So here is the Captain America mech. This one also really, really cool. Again, he does have his shield there. That remained pretty much unchanged. Everything else, kind of based on his appearance in the MCU. He does have the, the A on his forehead there. He still has the little wings there on the side. They even gave him like the chin strap and everything as part of the mech suit, which is really funny. Kind of has the same texture stuff as Iron Man did, and the rest of the I guess the rest of the pop is just a mech version of the Captain America suit. Plenty of red, white, and blue all over. So I think that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to think if there's anything else to really say, but there really isn't. It just kind of looks like a Captain America transformer, basically. Is this like the best way to put it? But I think they did really cool. They did a really good job with this. And really, it just makes me wonder, a whole movie or something would have been really cool with these guys, turn it into some like Pacific Rim, sort of thing. It would have been really cool. Oh, okay. Apparently the cats have decided to start a fight. Give me 1 second. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry, they got into a little fight behind me. But as I was saying, they should totally do like a Pacific Rim type movie with these mech suits and everything. Because I feel like it's such a missed opportunity for them to just be locked behind a single What If episode. I mean, look what they did with the Marvel Zombies, They were originally just a What If episode. They got a whole series. They actually have a season 2 coming out later, I think next year. So, why can't these guys be any different? So, who knows? Maybe it could happen. I'm just throwing it out there. Also, it doesn't really stand up very well. It didn't come with a base, but that's all right. All right, our last one here today, definitely a little bit bigger than the other two. This is a 6-inch pop. This one is the Avenger mech. So this is kind of like at the very end of the episode, in their last stand against the Hulk, they kind of pull off a little Power Rangers, Megazord thing where they all combine into the one, mech suit. That's kind of the idea behind this one. This is Pop Marvel 1570. The box is the same as the other ones, just a little bit bigger, obviously. Let's go ahead and open this one up. This thing is huge. All right. So here is the Avenger mech. Wow, look at this. This one is crazy. So yeah, as you guys can see, this one kind of has a lot of different moving parts to it. It looks like the helmet here is kind of a mix. I'm trying to think of what exactly this is a mix of, honestly. Because it has elements of, like, looking throughout the rest of the figure, like it has elements of Black Panther right there with the arm and the other arm. I'm thinking that's probably, gosh, who is that? Is that Iron? No, it's not Iron Man, is it? I don't know who that's supposed to be. Who is this supposed to be right here? Oh, is this Shang-Chi maybe? Yeah, because maybe that's like the rings and everything. I don't know. That's so interesting. Then we got some stuff going on back here. We got all kinds of stuff. There's a little cape here. I'm thinking that might be Moon Knight, maybe? Like this part right here. And then there's a lot of red and blue in there, which obviously would be for Captain America since he is leading the team. I want to say is Black Widow part of the team as well? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've really seen this particular episode, so I'm trying to think about like who all was on that team. But nonetheless, I mean, this is honestly really... Oh, and apparently Baymax was part of the team, too. The knee pads look a lot like him. I don't know why that's the case. But I mean, overall, it's a really cool figure. It has a lot of textures and details on it. It even has a little Avenger logo in the center of the chest and a translucent-looking Captain America shield. That's really cool. And a humongous... whatever this is supposed to be. I don't even know... That is sick. Look at that. Freaking scythe right there. That's awesome. But yeah, overall the figure looks really, really cool. A lot of cool details, very futuristic looking stuff on there. Overall, like I said, this is a really cool figure, combining all of those different elements here. But yeah, I guess that's really all I would have to say about this particular figure. It's overall, it's a pretty cool wave. It's not something I would have expected to see. And like I said, there are other characters that I would have wanted to see appear in the wave from the actual episode. But what we got, I think, is pretty cool, and I like seeing, like I said, I always like the robots. Apparently, the mechs and stuff. I've done countless episodes on that kind of thing. So I'll give them all a 10 out of 10. I think they're all really cool. Lots of good details and everything. But I'll go through them one more time and let me know down below which are your favorites. So we have the Iron Man mech. We have the Captain America mech, and we have the Avenger mech. So let me know down below which of these are your favorites. And when we come back in 2 weeks' time, we have another very surprising episode because we're going to be taking a look at a pop from a game that we've never even played on Jared Takes the L because we kind of can't. That is, of course, Astrobot making his debut on Jared Opens Box in 2 weeks' time, and I will be pitching my case, I guess, to bring that game to the Switch 2 or Xbox. I know that won't do anything, but you know, that's what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.